Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this episode, I'm going to demonstrate how you can move a file from your computer into a Raspberry Pi. Let's get started. I've got a command prompt here. First and foremost of all, I like to check if the network connection between my computer and Raspberry Pi is good. I run a ping command followed by the IP address of the Raspberry Pi 192.168.50.89. And you can see I'm getting a response from the Raspberry Pi, which means that my network connections is good. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to SSH into the Raspberry Pi, followed by the username. I do have a Ubuntu in there, followed by IP address, which is a standard way of username login, and it's 89. They will prompt me for password. If they ask you for a fingerprint, just type the word YES, and after that they will ask you for a password, and then I'll enter my password in there, and then you'll be brought into the Raspberry Pi console session here. So in this section here, if you go ls, you'll see you can actually see all your directory that's in there, right? So you can see sbin. So essentially I'm on my Raspberry Pi. Sbin. You can see all the binary structure. Okay, so now I want to move a file from my computer into the Raspberry Pi. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna park this on the side here and open another command prompt. cmd. I'm gonna drag my command prompt window in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to park this window here and park this window on this side so you can see one by one. So on the left hand side is my Raspberry Pi, and this is my Windows computer here. So I'm going to go to the D drive, and inside D drive I go to temp directory, and the temp directory in there is empty, right? So I'm going to create a temporary file, dir s3.s3 type it abc.txt. You can see, you can see I have created a file called abc.txt, and the content of the abc.txt is just a directory structure, right? Whatever's in there. Okay, so getting my Linux and Windows command all mixed up. So that's my directory here. Okay, so I'm going to try to move abc.txt file in here. The way to do it would be to do scp followed by the abc name. To get, you can autofill all this by pressing tabs, right? Tab, space, and you're gonna have to specify the username ubuntu at 192.168.50.89, and where you want to place it. So I'm gonna place it to the home directory, which is not this one here. So the home directory would be cd home. And since I'm logged in as Ubuntu as a user, so it's going to go Ubuntu. So it's going to land in here, right? So that, hit enter, and they'll prompt you for password. Again, this is your Ubuntu password. Default Ubuntu password is Ubuntu, right? Hit enter, and then in a few moments you'll see that this thing is completed. If the file is big, this timer will go on, but this is only really small file there, 283 bytes there. So now if I go on my Raspberry Pi, if I do ls, you can see my abc.txt is there. I'm going to try to nano into it, which is a text editor, and you can see this is what I copied from the other side, right? Control X to exit, no to save, and there you go. You can also look at it using a cat, abc.txt, which will also show you the content of that text file. Anyway, that's the end of the tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please like and subscribe. Other than that, you have a good day. Bye now.